We had a wonderful time. For those of you who missed it, please try and join us in September when we have our Local Impact Awards, and then again in February of next year where we have the Impact Awards Gala. Well, I showed you the fun parts of what we did. There was also a serious moment, and that serious moment came about when I decided that we had to talk about something that is very, very important to all of us. That is immigration reform. That is about hate speech on radio and on television that impacts comprehensive immigration reform. Here's what I had to say, followed by what Wilmer Valderrama, on his own, without any prompting, without any teleprompter, had to say as well. The immigration reform issue will be coming back this year or at the beginning of next. And we can expect our right-wing demagogues on radio and television to target the Latino community further, encouraging the locos out there, and they're locos, to perpetrate more violence against our community. Comprehensive immigration reform must occur. Simply put, our country cannot have 10 to 12 million Latinos living in the shadows without a voice and vulnerable to the attacks of the locos. The alternative to immigration reform is to deport these 10 to 12 million souls, and you know very well that that is a logistical impossibility. Comprehensive immigration reform must come about in a just, legal, and humane way. And we, all of us, Latino and non-Latino, good people of conscience, must become active in having our voices heard. The opposition won the last time out because they had over 1 million people organized to call the White House, our congressional representatives, and other government agencies to demand a halt to immigration reform legislation. We had less than 15,000 people doing the same thing, and as a consequence, the other side won. This time around, our numbers must equal or surpass the opposition's. How do we do that? Here is one way to do it. Please look at the screen.
El movimiento anti-inmigrante nos ha discriminado, insultado y generado odio en contra nuestra. Se aproxima una nueva batalla en el Congreso por la reforma migratoria. Y esta vez todos tenemos que luchar. Sí, todos. Tú y tu familia también. ¿Cómo participar? Con tu celular envía el mensaje de texto Justicia al número 69866 y te avisaremos lo que debes hacer. Si no es ahora, ¿cuándo?
The number is 69866. Please text it and let's make our voices heard. One more thing. When is the demonstration, Henry?
March 21st.
On March 21st, excuse me, our national leadership, Latino and non-Latino alike, have called for a giant demonstration on our nation's capital to give support to comprehensive immigration reform. I encourage all of you who can travel to Washington, D.C. to join us in sending a message across our nation that comprehensive immigration reform legislation must be enacted as soon as possible. Please excuse me. I apologize for giving you such a strong message on this joyous occasion, but as Tony Plana said on the tape, if not now, when? Muchas gracias, and remember the words of our president and Cesar Chavez when they said, sí se puede. Muchas gracias.
It's a heavy message, indeed. And I want to thank Alex for taking the responsibility to being here on stage and saying those few words. Don't worry about teleprompter for a second. Because I've done a lot of work in Washington, D.C., a lot of work with congressmen and women, and it all comes down to the one thing. They need us as much as we need them to make changes, to make possible changes that would not only change how we are seen, how we are viewed, but most importantly, where we're gonna be as a community. So it's an honor and a privilege for us to embrace each other in this room, because it's really, truly up to us, the actors, the producers, the studio heads, the networks, to re-educate this country on the true image of what the United States of America is, the most multicultural country in the world. Immigration is a gift, because that's how this country was made. Illegal immigration, we need to answer to, because illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, should have the privilege to continue rendering their service on those jobs that are often assumed that don't exist. So it's a privilege and an honor for us to take roles, to tell stories that can highlight those true heroes of our community, and people that carry on with the momentum of this country. And I am honored to be able to say these words, and you bet anything you get that I am gonna do my part. And I invite you, as I know Alex and everyone in this organization, to embrace this mission, because we have the numbers to raise an eyebrow. So let's make it happen.
So, those were the Impact Awards, the 13th Annual Impact Awards for this year. We will, of course, be having local Impact Awards in September, and then again, the big gala in February of next year. Until next week, when I have another issue to discuss with you, Alex Nogales saying until then.